If you're still building out your workbooks in Canva slide by slide, this is going to save you hours. In this video, I show you how I use Gamma to turn a simple idea into a polished workbook or PDF in minutes. This isn't just a template. This is a real asset that you can send to your clients or sell. It only takes 10 minutes, but looks like you spent a fortune on a designer. Let's build one now. This is how you're going to create a workbook or PDF for a lead magnet in literally 5 minutes. So you're going to go to Gamma app. It is gamma.app. And once you're home, I already have some done here, so yours might look different. But basically what you want to do is click here where it says create new with AI. Once you click that, you're going to want to either generate, and it can generate text from a one-line prompt, paste in text, create from template, import file or URL. What I always choose is paste in text. So I have already got my text, what I want exactly in the workbook, and I'm just going to paste it in and keep everything that I created the same. So here now you have more choices. You can do a presentation. So if you're doing slides for a module or for a course, you can do presentation here for a webinar, something like that. You can do a web page if you want it to be an actual website document, and then you have social. So for this particular thing, I am going to choose document because I want it to be a workbook. And then obviously you see here, you can do your card sizes, and I'm just going to go ahead and choose a letter. And next thing is to just paste in what I want to be in there. Now you have some more options right here. What do you want to do with this content? You can either generate from notes or an outline. So you can put just a very brief description in there and have Gamma create it for you. You can summarize something that's a longer text, or you can preserve this exact text, which is what we're going to choose here. Then we're going to go to the prompt editor. Now, if you look here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's various themes, and I already have themes that I created that are branded to me that have my colors, and so I always use the same one, but there are various different themes that you can choose here right inside Gamma. If you go to the standard here, you'll see they have all different kinds. So choose whatever one fits your brand the most. You can always go back in and maybe just change the colors a little bit or change the fonts. So like I said, I have one that is cohesive with the rest of my brand. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now here, essentially the way Gamma works is it's cards. So each page is essentially a card. And from what I pasted in there, it automatically created various cards. Now, for me, I'm going to always look through and just make sure that everything is correct. So here looks pretty good. It's obviously section by section, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, this one is going to be my main page. So what I want to actually do is put these two together because those should be on the same page. I don't need two opening pages, okay? So other than that, everything else looks good. If you notice that like your text is really long, you will want to separate the cards. Now there is a max. I think the max is 20 cards on the paid version. So let's say your text is a little bit too long. This one's fine for me, but let's say it's too long. What you're going to do is just hit the dash 3 times, and when you do that, it creates a new card. So I'll go ahead and put this back here. So pretty simple. Again, just make sure that your cards make sense and flow correctly, and then once that's done, just hit generate. So this has been about 3.5 minutes of me explaining this to you. And what I love about this is, you can do one of two things normally, which is just put it on a Google Doc, which is simple and easy, and people can download it and keep it to their computer. So I always, kind of favored the Google Doc for that reason. You could fight with Canva also in just making sure that the text fits in good, that everything goes in correctly. But as you can see, Gamma really does the job here. It gives me all the spaces that I need. It knows where I am asking someone to fill in things or ask questions, and everything is pretty much done. I even have a little chart here that it created based on what I was putting in. And now obviously this isn't perfect, right? So what I'm going to do is, this first page is a little off. So we're going to change the card styling on this one. Let's just make it a regular card. Actually, let's do green for this one. Okay, so I'm going to want to do a little bit here because it's literally just the text. So for that first card, I will want to add a picture, and that's also very easy to do as well. You can put a picture on the top, You could do a left layout picture, a right layout picture, or a full background picture. So I'll go back and do that later. Now, let's say you want to change something here. Let's say I want to change this font and make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to just hit large text. Now it's a little bit bigger for me. This is much better. Let's say I want to italicize this. I can do that very easily. So the changes that you want to make, if you do want to make changes, are going to be very easy. I always use the 10-80-10 rule. You may have heard me talk about this before, where you input 10%, you let AI do 80% of the work, and then this next 10% is where you're going to actually go in and just edit, make sure it flows, make sure it's on brand, make sure that it makes sense. And so that's what I'm doing here. I might add pictures here if I feel like it's too plain. Now, obviously, this is a man, and my business is geared towards women, and I am a woman. So let's say you want to change a picture here. You're just going to hit edit image, and you can do a few things here. You can actually tell Gamma that you want this to be a female entrepreneur, and just have it generate the prompt for you. And now it's going to give me some various options for female entrepreneurs. You can also upload your own. So if you have images already, you can upload those. You can do a web image search. You can use stock photos. You can use GIFs. So we're just going to, for the purposes of this, allow Gamma to create something. And out of these options, let's see. I like this one. We'll go ahead and go with this one, okay? And there you go. That's how easy it is to change the pictures. Again, you may want to just maybe spread this out a little bit. Maybe I want to make this a large text. Maybe I want to make this, bolder. Put a little space in between here. And the same thing, just kind of go through your whole thing. And guys, this is done in about 10 minutes. Okay, I said 5 minutes at the beginning, but let's go ahead with 10 here by the time that you're actually going to do the edits and make sure that everything flows. Again, let's change this and see if we put female here. Also, with the pictures as well, you can add your colors. So say you have specific brand colors, you could type those colors inside of the prompt too, so that your image leans more towards your brand. So this is how easy it is to create a workbook, a lead magnet, a PDF, and you can also create your slides for your modules of your course or for your webinar using gamma.app. I love this tool. I use it all of the time. Once this is done, I'm going to show you what it would look like. You'll either be able to download it and then have that PDF. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's just leave it with that one, but you see how easy it was. Now I have the female. I am going to actually go back in here and I have a template for a cover sheet that I'm going to use that's going to match all of my other PDFs. But I'm just going to show you now. You can export the file. Okay, so you can export it as a PDF, as a PowerPoint, as slides, or as images, or you can actually publish it and you get an actual URL and people can just go ahead and view it this way. So either or, downloading it or publishing it. If you choose website on the previous slide, it actually comes up as a website. So Gamma is thebomb.com. You can do so much here. It's so easy. It's so fast. And then you can just go in, make the little edits that you need to make it flow, make it sure it's on brand, and then boom, you are done. No more messing around with Canva. No more boring Google Docs. You have beautiful branded PDFs, workbooks, and lead magnets using gamma.app. And that's it. Idea to finished workbook without spending your entire afternoon formatting boxes. This is what leverage looks like. Not more effort, just better systems and tools. If you're building digital products, programs, or client assets, this is how you move faster without lowering your standards. If this was helpful, make sure that you subscribe. I'm sharing practical ways I use AI to actually run my business, not just play with tools. Check out the rest of my videos where I break down exactly how I use AI to streamline content, funnels, email, and more.